Welcome to nwmediaman. Today I'm going to show you how to turn cassette tapes into CDs. I've been doing this for over 10 years and have converted thousands and thousands of cassette tapes to CDs, and I'm going to show you the best way to do it. You're going to need a few things. First, you're going to need a computer. This can either be a desktop computer or a laptop. Next, you're going to need some type of tape player. It can be a nice home unit or a simple boombox, Sony Walkman, whatever you have that will play cassette tapes. Next, you'll need a connection cable which will connect your tape player to your computer. Lastly, you'll need a recording program for your computer. Other instructional videos are also available, including how to turn records into CDs, which would include 78s, 45s, LPs. Another video will show you how to record your voice onto CD. This could be you singing, oral histories of your grandparents, parents, kids talking, whatever you like. Another instructional video will show you how to make CDs from any audio that will play through your speakers off of the internet. So anything that will play through your speakers that you can find online, you can make a CD from. This could be speeches or Beethoven or sound of frogs, trains, ocean. If it'll play through your speakers, I'm going to show you how to make a CD from it. Lastly, we'll have a video that will show you advanced editing techniques. Alright, let's get started. First, you're going to need the recording program installed on your computer. You can get this free online, so we're going to type in free Audacity download. There it is already. The first one says audacity.sourceforge.net/download, so let's click that. And it shows the different platforms. We're going to click Audacity for Windows. When this page opens up, we're going to click this first one here for Windows. It says Audacity 2.0.6 installer. Next, this top line says Download Audacity Windows Installer. So I'm going to do that. Just follow the steps. Next, this box is going to pop up just like downloading anything. So we're going to click Run. I know this is pretty basic setup here. We're going to click OK for English. Setup Wizard, next. Please read, next. Next. I like to have create a desktop icon so it's easy to find. Next. And then finally install. There it goes. Next. And then launch Audacity. Finish. A little quick start guide is going to come up where you can get online help. I'm going to click Don't Show This Again. Go OK. Expand the window. And here we go. Here is our recording program. Now, let's connect our tape player to the computer. We're going to use this double-ended mini stereo plug, 3.5 millimeters. We're going to find the earplug on the cassette player. In this case, it's right here. This is where you would plug earphones or headphones in there. So sound is going to come out of there, and then we're going to connect it to the back of our computer. The computer will usually have three different plugs. This green plug here is just for the speakers. The pink plug here is for sound input in mono. This blue plug is for sound input for stereo. We really don't need to use mono even if we don't have stereo, so we're going to go ahead and connect that to the stereo. And really it's that simple. Earphone out or headphone out, to input sound on the computer. The number of devices that you can connect to this little stereo plug that outputs sound are almost endless. Like here's a little portable tape player here. Here's the phone jack. You just plug that right in there like that. That would work. Here is, and this isn't even a cassette player, but it has an earphone jack, so this would work. This is a little Sony CD Walkman earphone jack right here. Plug that like that. And you can input sound from that. And look at, here's even a little handheld voice recorder. And let's see, right there. It says earphone. Now you can start recording mini tapes from here. While this little earphone jack will work with most tape players and different audio output devices, some of them have RCA jacks, which there's this second cable, which is the other end of this one. This side will always go to your computer or a audio device. But this cable will hook up another type of connection. RCA is pretty common. If you look at this cassette tape player here, this tape player obviously will not hook up with this end this time. So this is a home unit, home tape player. It's actually a dual cassette player. So we're going to use the other cable, which is RCA jacks like this. And this is really simple. You have line in for these two, line out. And since we want the sound to come out, all we do is connect red one to red, white to white. And again, you hook this end to your computer, into your sound card, and now you can connect this type of tape player also. Alright, let's play a tape. I'm going to put this in the tape player. Push play. Notice the sound's already coming through the speakers. Now right up here is a big red record button. Click that. And we are recording. The levels are a little bit high, so to fix that, all I'm going to do is turn down the input, which in this case is just the volume on the tape player. You can turn it down so low that it's like that. I'm going to get it about right in the middle. About right in there. What I like to do, since it's scrolling a little bit too fast, is go up here, there's a little magnifying glass, plus and minus. I'm going to click the minus a couple times, like this, so it's not scrolling quite so fast. It's a nice level sound there, recording in stereo. If it starts to get too high up there, I might just turn the volume down a little bit. That's a good looking wavelength right there. Now that it seems to be at a good level, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here. Close this. We're going to start over. Stop the tape. Rewind it. Start back from the beginning. And then we'll record a couple songs. Alright, it's back at the beginning. Let's push play. Well, let's hit record first. Record. Slow down the scrolling a little bit with the little minus magnifying glass. This is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And we'll go ahead and push play. Now that we like all of our levels. And then we'll record a couple songs. Now this lead-in time here that's blank, later we can very easily delete that out, so the CD will start right where the music starts. And the sound from your tape player actually comes through your computer speakers now. So you kind of run it in series in a way. And then you can zoom this out as much as you want. I like to zoom it in though. Or zoom it out. Alright, let's record a couple songs. Okay, now that we have a few songs recorded, before we start doing any editing or exporting any of these songs, I'm going to create a new folder to put all these in. So let's just minimize this screen up here. Go to my desktop, right click, go to New, left click folder, and the name I'll just put favorite music. That way it'll be nice and easy to find. Okay, let's open up the program again. So there's this big blank space at the beginning here I want to get rid of. So I'm going to zoom into there. Right now it's showing 1 minute increments. Let's zoom in with the magnifying glass, get it down to seconds. Now it shows each individual second. Let's go back to the beginning. Right now it's at 20 seconds. There we go at 0. Now I want to eliminate all this blank space. So I'm going to hold my left mouse button down, drag it all the way to the beginning, let go of my left mouse button, pick it up again, just going to drag it all the way over, and stop maybe a second or two before the music starts. Use the scissors to cut this highlighted area out. I'll go back to the beginning, right here, and now it's going to start right from the beginning when I make my CD. Alright, so let's zoom back out. Stop that. We're going to come right into this area where this song ends. Let's zoom back in again. Now it's down to seconds. That's not too long of a gap, but I don't want it that long, so I'm just going to, again, left click, drag it, that highlighted area. I'm going to cut it with the little scissors. And now, this song is all ready. So again, I'm going to left click here, hold it, start dragging and highlighting this whole song. If you don't want to spend all the time going back, you can actually go back up to the little magnifying glass again, zoom out, there's the whole song, pick it up again, left click, when their little hand shows up, drag it the rest of the way. Now it's ready. So now I want to save this song. So I'm going to go up to File here, go down to Export Audio right there. It's going to say, okay, where do you want to put that song? So I know I put a new folder on the desktop, so let's just find that folder. So we'll go desktop, and oh, here we go, favorite songs. Double click that. Now it's ready to be saved. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to name it. We'll call it Gospel-A. So Gospel-A. Save. Say OK to save it again. That's actually saving that file right there. So now we're going to minimize this screen. Go back to that folder that we created, double click it, and there we go. There's our song called Gospel A. And here it is. There's that song. Okay. So let's go back to our screen here. And now we've already saved this song, so let's just go ahead and delete this one. Cut. Here we go. And so we have 3 more songs in there. This song here looks like it's a little bit louder than these other songs. That's going to make your CD uneven. So I don't want that loud. So if one's quiet and one's loud, I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. Again, same way with the highlighting. Anytime you highlight something, you can always make an adjustment on that. So up here, I'm going to go to Effect, and there's all these different things. You can slow it down, play it backwards, fade it in, fade it out, change the speed. But what I want to do is amplify, which is right near the top there. And it's saying, okay, do you want to make it louder or quieter? In this case, I want to make it quieter. So I'm actually just going to push the minus button by the keyboard, and we'll say -3. And you'll have to play around a little bit with this to get it just right. We'll hit OK. Look at that. It just made it smaller. Now, so if I didn't want to do it that, I could always undo it if that wasn't the right amount. Puts it right back where it was. Say I wanted to make it so, no, it's not enough, so let's go amplify. Let's go -10. Sometimes if it won't work when you click OK, just click this little block that says allow clipping and it'll work. So now I'm going to bring it down by 10. Now that's too quiet, as you can see. So that's not right either. So I'm going to undo that change, and let's just go back to that 3. So go Effect, Amplify, -3. Okay, and there we go. That song is just about ready. Go back to the beginning. It should play right at the beginning of it. There it goes. So now I want to save this song. I could go right in here and get it really close and just highlight it like this. Save it the same way. But instead I want to make sure that it's consistent. So I want to go up to my zoom in tool. Use my slider down here at the bottom to get close. Right now it has 15-second increments. I'm going to get it down with the zoom tool down to seconds. Scoot it back over. Doesn't matter if you do that. I'm going to take out a little bit of this blank space here. So I'll highlight that by dragging it, cut, and now I'm going to save this song. Same way, hold down your left mouse button, drag it across what's highlighting. You could sit there and wait. This slider is actually moving all the way back to the beginning. You could do that, and it will go all the way back. I usually like to go a little quicker though, so I'll go minus, minus, minus. That's close enough. Pick it up again. There, now we've highlighted the whole thing. So now I want to save this song. So again, we're going to go up here to File, down here to Export Audio. It says where do you want to put it, and it actually brings up the same folder I was at. I'm going to call this one Gospel B. I could just click that and it'll bring down the same name. So I'll just get rid of the A, put B, save, OK. Now that's saved. I'm going to go ahead and cut this song because I'm done with this one. Now let's just check our folder here, see if it's in there. Favorite songs. There it is. There's Gospel A and Gospel B. The reason I put an A and a B on there, for when you burn CDs, it'll actually put them in the order that you want. If you want to rearrange the songs, you could call that one D and call the next song B, and you can rearrange them however you'd like. So minimize that. And let's see, let's get everything in here. Now say I don't like this song here. Let's just get rid of that. Highlight it, cut it, zoom into the beginning of it because I don't want any lead time. We'll get down to seconds, go back to the beginning. That's pretty good, a few seconds. Sometimes there's a little clicking or popping or something in here, a little audio spike. If you want to get rid of that, just highlight this little section like this, right up to the beginning of the music. And then there's a little erase button right here. So that says silence audio. Now, this won't play anything there. It's completely quiet. Nothing. Until your music starts. And I'll just take out a little bit of that lead time, cut, and we'll save this one now. This is going to be our last song, so we're going to be somewhere near the end here. I don't even care about this stuff here. So let's zoom in. And just start from the back end here. Just kind of get in that area like that. So you have this space. If you were to export this whole thing, it would record that. It would export that blank space. But you don't want that. So we're going to cut that. And now you have your song here. Now say, for instance, you had a really choppy song. I'm going to highlight that, erase it. So you have a song that chops off like this. That didn't sound very good, so let's stop that. And let's fade it out. There's a whole bunch of things you do. So let's just do about 6 seconds. So I'm going to left click, highlight again, because that's where you can do all your functions right to the end. Go up to Effect, and we're going to find Fade Out right here. Fade Out. Look how nicely that did that. So now let's listen to that same part. That faded out nicely. Let's cut off that blank space there. There's our whole song. Now if you want to instead of dragging this whole thing like this, especially since it's your last song, or if you only have one file you want to record, you can click anywhere in this area. Boom, it highlights the whole thing. So there you go. Highlights that. Anything that's highlighted means you can do the next thing with it. Again, we're going to go up to File, down to Export Audio. There's our folder we created, favorite songs on the desktop, Gospel A, Gospel B, Gospel C. A lot of times I'll just kind of Control C and copy the same name over and over again. So I'll just type in Gospel C. Enter, enter, or you can click OK. Now let's save that one. So let's go back there, and there are our 3 songs right there. They're all there. And that's how you can record music and have separate tracks on your final CD. Alright, let's try a different type of tape. How about a speaking tape? Let's go ahead and push play and then do record here. Now it's always going to start you out in stereo, but it seems uneven. If you were to record this like this, you'd have one speaker that's louder than the other. So let's start off by zooming in a little bit so it's not scrolling so fast. And you can also adjust the bass and treble of the audio right on your cassette player. You can put the low bass or high treble, whatever you'd like. So say we have this recording of this voice here, and a lot of times you might have somebody speaking louder and somebody quieter, or tape was recorded at different times and different levels. That happens quite a bit. So let's see what we can do with this one. Let's go ahead and stop this. We've recorded some file there. And now we need to split this track with the left and the right side in half. So I'm going to come up here to this drop down arrow and go down to split stereo track. And now it's in 2 pieces, the left side and the right side. But we don't want the stereo there like that. So if it was stereo, this side of the speakers would be louder than this side. So let's just highlight this whole side, go Effect, Amplify, and let's just amplify it by 7. Well, see, it doesn't want to work. I need to click Allow Clipping. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now it actually would play evenly through both speakers. However, this is not a stereo tape, and you don't need a file that's that size. So let's actually just eliminate that track there. You can always make this wider here like that. Switch it to mono, and now it's going to play evenly through both speakers. And that's usually what you want to do with speaking tapes. Let's go to the end and clean it up a little bit. Let's zoom in like this, down to seconds. Let's say we want to fade that out, so pretty easy. Left, drag, highlight, Effect, fade out, and let's go fix the beginning. So that arrow will go back to the beginning. Let's say we want to erase or silence that part right there. Here's a little silence button, so this goes bloop, it's gone. Now let's fade this in, so let's drag and highlight just to where it starts there and just put a few seconds or something on there. Effect, fade in, there we go. If we want to look at the whole file, go up to View, Fit in Window, and there's our whole file. I want that whole thing a little bit louder. I usually like it to fill up most of this area, maybe 3/4. So I'll highlight the whole thing, Effect, Amplify. It recommends 4.6. We'll say, okay, that looks pretty good. So now we're ready. So let's export this whole thing and save it. So we'll just click over here. You could highlight it like this if you wanted to. Or just click over here. It'll highlight the whole thing. Again, File, Export Audio. And there's our same folder. We'll just call this one Speaking. Enter, enter. Saves it. It went so fast you couldn't even see it. Minimize this. Go back up to our folder, and there it is right there, Speaking. And there is our file. And that is a speaking tape. To create CDs from the files that you made with most Windows programs, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to go to that folder that we made with favorite songs. There's our files right there with the 3 songs there. We're going to highlight those 3. And then if you look up here, it says Burn. So click that. Burn. says files ready to be written to the disk. Yep, that's us. Another little button here says burn to disk. Click that. Disk title, it just defaults to the date. So you can just go ahead and click next. And again, it's asking you make an audio CD, which it defaults to, or make a data CD. We want to leave it on audio CD. Click next. And then there's usually a window behind this one, and it's blinking down here in the lower tray. Open that up, and here's another window. This is the way Windows does it for some reason. Over here it says start burn, and there's 3 files right there that shows you start burn, and there it goes. Your CD will come out and it will work in any CD player. If I had created 20 songs and I made each one of them their own separate file, that CD is going to show 20 tracks when you put it in, and you can go up to song 7 or back to song 2 or up to song 14. So that's kind of a nice feature to have. If you don't separate the tracks, you just highlight the whole file and just burn the one file on there. When your CD comes out, it'll just be one long continuous file, which is usually fine for speaking. But even with speaking tapes, if you wanted to break it up by every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever you like, you can do that as well. Hopefully this instructional video has put you well on your way to recording your favorite audio onto CD. If for any reason you're having trouble downloading the free Audacity program from the internet, or you don't want to try to find the exact correct cables to use, I do have a kit available for $20. This kit includes the Audacity program, 2 cables. The main cable that you'll most likely use is this double mini stereo 3.5mm cable, and I include an additional cable which has 2 RCA jacks on one end, and again the 3.5mm stereo plug-in. There's also a quick start guide which will cover most of the information in this video.